All right, guys, going to jump on here real quick and talk about jig fishing. Specifically, I'm talking about where you should start if you're looking to get into jig fishing. I'm going to give you 3 recommendations, 3 lures that I use, 3 lures that I know are going to work for you across the country. So, if you're like me and you think about jig fishing, the first thing you think about is target-oriented fishing, right? So, I have my trash can over here, toss it to it, just past it, pull it up to it, catch me a big old fish. If I'm doing that, there's a lot of different jigs, but if I was just starting out, this little jig right here, guys, it's called a Strike King Bitsy bug, is hard to beat. Black and blue is my favorite, green pumpkins, browns also work depending on your water clarity. This jig is underrated. Hook's not the best, but the fish really don't come off on it, and it's caught more fish than any other jig in my tackle box, guys. So, put you a little trailer on here. I'll have some recommendations later. We're gonna pitch this towards cover. We're gonna be patient. We're gonna leave it there. We're gonna kind of jig it, move it a little bit. A lot of times it's gonna get bit on the fall. A lot of times it's gonna get bit just as that initial push into cover. So, we're not gonna drag this all the way back to the boat. We're gonna pitch just past cover. It's gonna fall down. We're gonna drag it up to the cover, wait, kind of shake a little bit, pull it out a little bit, and then reel it in. Awesome, fun way to fish, fun way to catch them. When I think about jig fishing, this is where I would start. Now, this jig's a 3/16 ounce jig. It's gonna take a while for fishing deeper water. So what if I do if I have a long point, a long rocky wall, bluff wall, stuff like that, where I think fish are? I can see fish, but I'm not sure how to get them, and they're relating to the bottom. Guys, you cannot beat this Kitech football jig. It's a Kitech tungsten Finesse football jig. It is excellent for spots, excellent for smallmouth, and I've caught more largemouth on it than I have either of those two combined. You'll see this play a lot up north from when people are jig fishing. Really sensitive tungsten, really light wire hook, so you want to be careful not to pull it out. And this is, again, it's going to be really simple. It's going to be about patience. We're going to make ourselves a long cast. My favorite place is on a rocky point. So cast it up to the bank, and we're going to drag it back slowly. With a crawl trailer, it's just going to look like a crawdad bunching through there. You're going to fill yourself a tick, and you're going to jack them. Very underrated lure. It's a lure a lot of people are copying because of its success. Still like this lure the best. All right, so we're 3 minutes in, and I've made jig fishing pretty easy for you. The only thing I haven't talked about is grass fishing. Now, grass fishing, a couple things we can talk about. We can talk about punch jigs, and we can talk about swim jigs. Least intimidating of this, and probably the most fun to fish, is a swim jig. This is a Santone Lures Finesse swim jig. It's my favorite jig by far. Guys, this little Finesse jig with a full-size Rage Crawl trailer it's excellent. It's excellent. We're gonna look for loose grass. We're gonna look for emergent grass. Just basically grass that we can actually get a lure in, swim through, and we're gonna swim that in. We're gonna swim it on the surface, and we're gonna swim it about halfway in the middle of the water column, and we're just gonna swim here. You guys will see a lot of people try to add action to it. Using a crawl with a lot of action, I'm not entirely sure you need to do kind of the Alabama shake or anything. Take it out there, reel, vary your reel a little bit, vary your speed, vary your retrieve, stop, start, and if they're smashing a swim jig, you're gonna have the time of your life. As far as trailers, I wanna make it really easy, guys. So, three lures, 3 very common lures to throw in your tackle box, 2 trailers for them. First one being a baby Rage Crawl. Excellent little bait. It's got a lot of action. It's awesome on that swim jig. We got a chunk bait. This is gonna be excellent on our Bitsy bug. It's gonna be also play on our tungsten football jig as well. It's gonna kind of slow the fall. It's gonna add bulk to it. And it's just gonna turn, this little bitty jig from a snack to, a full-size meal, guys. So, if I was starting out jig fishing, or if I was building a box for my son, that is what I would give him. I'd give him a jig, a Bitsy bug specifically to target cover. I would give him that tungsten football jig to target rocks. I'd give him that Santone lures swim jig to target grass. Covers all your bases, lets you kind of step foot into this really massive market without breaking the bank, and you get to cover a lot of different areas. At the end of the day, jig fishing is literally about putting a jig in your hand and fishing it. Once you kind of figure it out, it becomes a really, really fun way to fish, and it becomes a way to catch big fish. This little bitty Bitsy bug caught me at least 3 fish over 5 pounds last year. To close this video out, like I said, start there, start similar if those don't quite fit, and take the jigs out, throw them. A lot of people say, kind of a common thing you hear is, you're gonna just take jigs until you start catching fish on jigs. And then you're not going to want to take anything else. It's really worth your time. It's really worth your investment in learning how to fish these. They work throughout the year from pre-spawn all the way into post-spawn. Take the time to learn it. Don't be intimidated by it. And check out some other videos if you want a little bit more detail. But if you guys are wanting to make it really simple, if you guys are not wanting to wade through the 400,000 options, buy these 3, take them out, learn the jig. Learn what you like to do, and then kind of research a little more. Maybe later on I'll do a little bit more detailed on the water fishing specific jigs, but for now, this would be an excellent start. It'd be a really good place with, less than $20 invested. Go out, give it a try. If you have some success, or if you have any questions, hit the comments down below. I would appreciate it if you subscribe.